Okay, for this section, we are going to take a look at using lines to do a few other things. Well, the first part of this is what we can use lines for. In this case, what we have here are two separate line segments. The first one, being this one out here, is this simple kind of looping path. The other one, over here, is just an enclosed shape. Nothing too special about it. Didn't really worry too much about making sure everything was even. Just kind of a middle ground basic U shape. Now, I could work with this a little bit more to even things out, but I'm not worried about it for the most part. I just really needed an enclosed shape of some kind. Now, it looks like I swiveled things up a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and just undo that quick. And I'm going to keep it just this way for now. But because I have these two different line segments, I have something new I can do. Now I'm going to select the line. And what I'm going to use is this, what's called sweep. Sweep is on this modifier list. You can come down here, and there it is, sweep. What this lets us do is take whatever shape it is we have for the line, and what I just turned on was the built-in section, which when you first add sweep is probably going to do something like this. But what I'm going to do, and actually first, we have these other ones that we can work with like this also, with these just built-in ones. But because I got the two different ones here, I'm going to use this, a custom shape, which allows me to choose pick. And with pick, I'm going to choose this object, my other line segment, which allows it to take this line segment, this U-ish shape, and take that and copy it along this path to make that shape along the line's path itself. Which is a great way if I needed to make some kind of loop, hoop, or slide in this case for my object itself. Now, if I go back to line, I can still choose it, move things up and down, manipulate it just really any way I could normally, and as soon as I return to sweep, it's going to follow and keep that path going according to whatever it is I have done with it. So this is a good way to make something of really some kind of slide or tube, which is going to be a big help for many different projects depending on what all it is we really want to do. This one's pretty simple, but it would give us very much an easy way to take this line, copy it up just a bit, remove the sweep just so I have that same path, and with this copied line, to take another object, such as the sphere, and I can link it, so that, and what I'm going to do is come here, modifier, and let's go with, actually, you know what, we'll do this, animation, constraints, path constraint, and I'll choose that path. So when I hit play, that ball is going to move along that path. So especially if I had something through a sequence like this, like a pinball, I could create these paths that let it go through these slides, these hoops, or whatever else it is, and basically just follow that entire thing. And if I needed to, I can go in here, select the ball, there's my path constraint, and I could even more or less reverse the entire thing. So I could have the end of it here, and I'll turn on my auto key, set that to a 0, go back to frame 1, set this to say 100, and now when I hit play, it would go backwards. But in the end, This is the overall concept of using these lines to make different kinds of animations and simple things for them to follow. This would also be a great way if I had something, say a NASCAR, or really we could even say something more like Hot Wheels, where I would have a track, a path, and then the vehicle following it to do whatever it is I want to do, which would even let me choose follow, bank, or any number of other options in here just to keep the process going. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one good. What we learned to do on this one was just make a simple shape, make a path, sweep it along that shape, and then animate an object that follows and moves with that same path we created here. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.